Good evening, friends. It is surprisingly cold today, given that it snowed out of the blue. So, we're staying cozy again today. Anyways, it's time to play Monster Train. Once again, forgot to turn down my volume before we began, but that's okay. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's do more crowns, and let's go from there. How you doing, Joe? How you doing, Fury? Hope your day has been well. And don't mind me as I quickly do something. Because I totally was absolutely prepared to go live. There we go. Okay. So. What are we starting with today? Still have a lot of crowns to do. But not too many pairings where we haven't at least done one of them. I guess let's do one of the Lazarus champions. I guess let's do Grail and Rail Forged. Grail and Rail Forged. We probably want Smith over Salvage. They're both good. Well, Smith is okay. I find it a little boring, but like it is reasonably solid. It does represent a fair chunk of stats from a single card. Because while it's only armor 2, the forge points essentially represent another +6/+6 as long as you can actually utilize the forge points. Not very difficult with Grail in particular, and not too difficult in general. It's a little awkward earlier game, but that's still more than doable. Great. Love Pyre of Entropy. The rest of these are fine. I don't use Makeshift Golem all that often, but it is like a pretty decent unit. It's just that, as I've said before, I don't often feel it necessary to go with a, like, so heavily defense-focused banner unit. Particularly in Lazarus, where you can already stack, like, Reanimate on any unit. But anyways, like, it's fine. It's not a bad unit. I mean, Ember Staff is nice, especially with Pyre of Entropy just giving us extra blights. I think we want Herzl's Anvil, though. Because, like, that does represent a lot of extra power, especially when we know from the beginning that we have it. So, like, I do enjoy Living Armory. I do take Living Armory way more often than any other Grail path. I mean, turns out it is just kind of his best. I might take It Hungers here just for the sake of it. Yeah. I mean, there's some interesting things we can do there. Sure, I'll do it, I guess. How you doing, Glacier? Oh. Feeling good? Glad to hear it. Boy, do I love Pyre of Entropy. Yeah, I do have Seal Polyclaw. Sure, let's do that. Okay, we'll just do that. That's fine. Entropy's your friend in Railforge. Don't cry too hard. Pusha. I mean, like, it's fine. It's just underwhelming. not built up any forge points, but we can do that now. Like, we should absolutely murder this boss, even just already. Like, overstacking with Steel Polyclaw works so well with Makeshift Golem. Because even just dying, it's going to be already 36 armor across these dudes. It's going to be a lot more than that in a moment, but still. Yeah, I don't need to be super picky. We're gonna save one of you guys. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, again, what does it really matter? Oh boy, look at him go! 81 armor and a whole lot of attack. Yeah, 90 attack, 81 armor, and yeah, then we're gonna murder. Okay. Potion kit is fine, not extremely exciting. Pseudoscience is annoying in its variance, but it's okay. And it is potentially a way for us to start getting reanimate, which is nice. I do like explosive reaction. I think it's probably worth taking explosive reaction here. Bonk is okay. I don't know. Do I want Bonk? Maybe. Unclear. Like, anything that forges for me is pretty solid right now. And having another way to, like, ping enemies is potentially nice. So we do have Steel Polyclaw, which mitigates that. Hammerfall is also able to ping, but while being more versatile. I don't care about the Spike Driver Spider at all. If it were an assistant, maybe, but it's not. I'll just skip for now. Yeah, let's just start by going here. I was hoping for, like, Plague Doctor. But no. I'm not gonna take those. I've already got one golem. I don't need a second right now. Smidgestone. Yeah, I don't know. Not totally convinced I need this, but I will do that. And yeah, reanimate is nice on him. Didn't do it. That's fine. We have particular desires. We'll see what happens. And yes, I recognize that the smidge is less necessary if we're doing overstacking with Steel Polyclaw, but there's still good reasons to not be relying solely upon that. So if I want to take less damage, I could Steel Polyclaw. Or, I mean, I could put Steel Polyclaw up here and pull another unit. That's probably what I should do. Yeah, it's causing me some grief, but this is the way that I take less damage. Which is fine. It causes me other problems. And I didn't get to eat with Grail yet, but it matters a lot more as time goes on. Once you start getting to higher and higher multipliers. Yeah, I guess I'll just play you out anyways. The problem is, like, again, what I really want is I want Grail to be able to eat them, but that doesn't matter as much at this moment. So, yeah, here we are. There we go. And then whatever you can have at, who cares? And then I should have played out a Identical Shard, and I didn't, and that's okay. It's fine. I would go so far as to call it pretty okay, even. Okay. Well, we just reduce the damage we're taking, and then everything's fine. Ta-da! I'm not doing anything like super crazy so far, but you know, we're building up a good chunk of stats, and that's doing work for us. Okay, I do feel obligated to take Twisted Assistant here because it is what we need. Weldling is not bad. Do I want to take Weldling? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess I will. I don't know. I don't have, like, a great setup for it right now, but it is fine. Alright, so we're doing this. Again, was kind of hoping for Plague Doctor, but that's not Plague Doctor. Pincushion, pretty okay for us, though. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it, I guess. No, I kind of wanted that Endless. And by kind of, I mean I do want that Endless. Yeah, I want that Endless more than I wanted Pincushion. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is pretty cute. Whatever, fine. Fine. It just would have been helpful. Yeah, sure, I guess I'll put that there. I'm gonna need to use the Steel Polyclaw to get things onto the floor for Grail, but that's acceptable, I suppose. Yeah, and this is more Mass Flesh Weaver. Yeah, I'm still not used to the change in... I'm still not used to the change in waves. Hey, thanks for the raid, Jupiter. How you doing today? So we eat the assistant. We equip him. I unfortunately don't have capacity to play out the other, but that's okay. I do think they probably overcorrected with more mass. Like, it's kind of cute that he has, like, a big waves of small units. But on the whole, like, maybe too weak now. Doing good, been checking out RimWorld. Let the stream go a little long. I live with someone who absolutely adores RimWorld. So, while I've never played it myself, I am intimately familiar with the game. I do want the Weldling, but also I just want other things. I think maybe I have to do the Weldling this turn, though. Don't give him, like, a ton of attack this way, but enough that, like, we're getting some value out of this. And then we take games because Pyre Entry is lame as shit, and that's just life. Okay. Yeah, that looks prime for exploding a bunch of dudes, even though I don't care about keeping these guys alive. Actually, for this instance, I do want to equip it to the pincushion, I think. We're going to lose the trample if I do that soon. Or I suppose I could just get the erratic assistant instead. Yeah, fine. Also, if I wanted to, I could equip one of the scissor hands to the Weldling, and then we'd be getting a lot more armor per turn. Don't think that matters on the whole. And we take more damage, whatever. How you doing, by the way, Prototype and Panhandler? Okay, let's give you the lifesteal. Let's do that. Eat you. And here we are. We should be more than sufficient to kill these guys, even with their high attack. Do I really need more defense? Maybe. Alright, let's just assume that I need more than I've got, and let's do that. Rather than playing out the Vengeful Shards. Not totally convinced that that matters, but just for safety's sake. But, like, already the pincushion does a lot of damage. Yeah, unsurprisingly, we have way more than enough defense here to just kind of smash through. Like, the pincushion is hitting for like 200 a turn already, so... Ta-da! Well, Sentry Turret exists. Assembly Room is cute. I think we just want Spike of the League, even though Sentry Turret is nice. It's just, I don't really need Sentry Turret with what I'm doing. Though it is an overly strong unit. Gotta be loyal to Monster Train 2. It's giving me much better viewer numbers than what I was getting with Dark Souls, Soap Song, Link to the Past, Rando, Civilization, anything I've played in the past. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I think we just want Spike to the League. Don't need those. Though they are cute. I kind of do want the Conductor Steward, but I have enough problems that that's not super reasonable. We're going to take Ember because Pyre of Entropy is lame. It's also just good to take Ember in general, but in particular at this moment. Gotta say Pyre of Entropy is truly just lame. Yeah, I didn't totally want to do this, but it is very good for our current needs. So we're gonna do that. Would love to do other things, but intrinsic holdover explosive reaction does just so much for us. As for this, I don't know. Might just dupe the Twisted Assistant so we can draw into it faster. Might dupe the Spike of the League. I guess we're just going to dupe the Spike of the League. Especially because with the pin cushion, the Twisted Assistant is a little less necessary. Still good. But that's fine. Yeah, I guess we're just going to set up this way again. I would like to have more capacity so that I could just freely play units on this floor. But, no. Alright, now we get double stats for every time we eat one of them. Well, getting rid of that. Playing that. Taking a little bit of damage like a chump. And eating a dude. And slowly powering up the pincushion. Okay. There we go. Sure, I'll do that. I would like to be doing the smithing. Like, it can do some good work for us, but it also is not wildly important. Okay. Yeah, it turns out being able to explode a whole team of enemies at once is pretty good. Yeah, also maybe should have played out the Weldling. It's fine, like, especially now that we have Spike the League, that doesn't actually matter all that much. Also, again, just blowing up a whole bunch of enemies all the time is also improving our life situation quite a bit. Okay, have some reanimate. We do take a little bit of damage. Oh well, who cares? Yeah, go fuck yourself, Kel. No one loves you. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. And then just give you more reanimate. And we should be fine. Even if I haven't been using my forge points at all. Or doing other cool things. Alright, don't need to play anything this turn. We are unsurprisingly just going to beat Kel to death. Our makeshift golem has, like, no attack, but the others certainly do. Oh, okay. Yeah, Minds of Their Own and Horrify are both real appealing. In general, I would like Minds of Their Own. I think we want Horrify, though. I think we just want to Horrify. Who is the most hated boss and who should be the most hated boss? Most hated boss, for me, is by far Kel. And I definitely think that is a warranted decision. I think from new players, I weirdly see a lot of hate for Quoto, and I think more reasonably a lot of hate for Undying One. But as far as like normal bosses go, I would say for me it's probably Kel and then Ajax. And I like Ajax in general. I think overall it's a pretty cool boss, and I love his visual design, but it is very easy for an otherwise okay deck to just suddenly get shut down by Ajax, as he just very quickly turns your moderate attack power units into 0 attack power units. Who Armament Drive is Pincushion's best friend? Yeah, sort of. I'm almost certainly taking it here, but realistically, we're only going to be getting like 2 equipment out of it usually, because my floors aren't wide enough to be getting that many units for it to proc on. And Pincushion is basically always going to be equipped. Unless I do this as intrinsic. Still probably worth doing. 2 is more than 0. Yeah, for sure. And again, I do like it. I think it's definitely worth us picking up. I wasn't really planning on the Pincushion being the core of our strategy, but it is not a bad unit, just getting us permanent attack and defense as it is. If I wanted to make it stronger, could go to the Merchant of Arms and start, you know, powering some stuff up by getting extra equipment. I think we might want to go Merchant of Arms just to make a Steel Pulley Claw deployable. It's not totally what I wanted to do, but it is useful. Alright, well, give me a moment. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something. Alright, apologies. I'm back now. Let's continue the run. So, I think we probably just want to go to the Merchant of Arms, even though kind of appealing to go here. Not sure what I would do. It would probably be like the Twisted Assistant, just so we can more reliably get it out. Especially because in the long run, we're probably going to pivot more towards using Grail with the Trample. Right now, we're just equipping it to the Pincushion so I can get more boosts on the Pincushion, since that is actually pretty helpful right now. Nonetheless, let's do this. It cuts out some of my problems. Geared Gauntlet is kind of cute. Don't think we really want it, though. Okay, those are both interesting. So the Tuning Fork doesn't do anything for the Erratic Assistance, but, excuse me, it does mean that every time I draw the Smiths, I can play them, which can build up pretty notably. It also frees up a little bit of Ember to be used on like the Spike of the League, or on Vengeful Shards, or whatever. Manifold Mirror, if we are making the Steel Pulley Claw deployable, is also kind of cute. I don't think that's actually very useful for me. Or more specifically, there are some uses, but mostly I don't think it matters. Obviously, I could also get a different room, but I don't think I care. We'll just take Bolas. Like, it doesn't matter for half our starters, but for the other half, it's reasonably good. Okay. I might take this just to have more equipment. I mean, I think I'm pretty okay not taking it, but maybe. Okay, fine, I'll take it. And then we're gonna do a couple interesting things. We're gonna take Reanimation Lab. I kind of want the Inferno Room, even though I don't actually need it. So, like, the Inferno Room's cute, but I already have the intrinsic holdover explosive reaction, which is going to kill basically the same things that the Inferno Room is going to kill. Not entirely, I guess. You know what? I'll take it, because I should have just enough to also do this. And by just enough, I mean I have more than enough. It's a bit weird. Can't totally justify it. Here we are. Whatever. So be it. Okay. And then we do that. And then that. And here we are. Okay, so Reanimation Lab goes there. So then we play you out, and then you get extra stats, and then when Grail eats you, he gets more benefit out of those extra stats. That is why we took the Reanimation Lab. So weirdly, we're gonna play this now and not eat it yet, I think. Just so I can end with Trample if I need it. You turn the lab into a better fight club, kind of. I mean, they're doing sort of different things. But yeah, it's not bad for me. I don't really need to do this, but let's do it anyways. Also, I should have forged him. I just wasn't thinking about it. Oh, and I won't be able to play the explosive reaction this way. That's fine. Okay, so you get equipment, and equipment. But yeah, should have forged the weldling. Not the end of the world, but it would have been correct. Okay, we are going to get rid of that while we can. Okay, and then he eats. It does actually make our pincushion weaker because he was equipping a stronger equipment. And then whatever, we'll wait on those and just take less damage. Oh yeah, your ability is down currently. Yeah, I could have done things to prevent myself from taking damage. I didn't do them. It's fine. Mistakes were made. We'll take a little bit of damage. Yes, he's gonna heal, so it is worse than it looks, but it's still only 9 damage. It's not that big a deal. Okay, we're gonna daze you so you don't get your resolve trigger. Like, I don't really need this. We're absolutely gonna murder him, but just for the sake of it. We'll be okay. All right. And then we are more than sufficient. And here we go. Like, yeah, our frontliner dies, but that's fine. That's sort of expected when he has a bunch of corruption, and I hadn't been feeding him reanimate. And the boss has a bunch of reanimate. And there we go. It's all good. Acid Shower's not bad. Weaponized Prosthetic is vaguely sort of interesting, but not really great for us. Insatiable Hunger is fine. It's a weird card. I feel like it should be better than it is. It's not even like a bad card, just a little weird. I could take Herzl's Hammer. I'm just not going to worry about it. It's not, like, the worst thing I could be doing, but, hey. So we're probably going Merchant of Magic, Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Arms. I'm considering going to this Merchant of Steel instead, though. I still would really like to hit Endless. And so I'm vaguely tempted to go to double Merchant of Steel if I have to, just to ensure that I can have a better chance at it. It's not like the end of the world if we don't hit it, but it is pretty good for me. So you know what? Fine. I'll go here. Ooh. Yeah, I wish I had looked at the merchant first. Well, fine. I'm not too worried about it, I guess. A little disappointing, but that's fine. Okay. Now, you're gonna get Endless. Sure, let's just remove a couple things now. And yes, it might seem a little strange that he's getting Endless, even though he is going to lose his graft equipment. Also, we're giving him an attack bonus. But that's okay. That is simply okay. Also, my pincushion is certainly not weak at this point. And this is what? The revenge one? Like, you may have noticed, but I basically don't look at which variant of Strix and Hallow we're fighting. Basically ever. I did kind of want to go to the Merchant of Magic so we could look at doing, like, intrinsic spell chain armament drive, because that would have been cute, but we didn't. And we'll take the tiny bit of damage so we can do that. And sure, let's do some damage to Hallow, since Hallow is generally the more dangerous of the twins. Because Strix, like, yeah, she attacks for a non-trivial amount, but her attack doesn't increase naturally. And so, like, she never really ends up hurting all that much. Yeah, I probably should have used Forge points on you, and I didn't. And we'll just take some damage. I shouldn't let the explosive reaction go, but I am, and that's fine. Okay, so you get that. We do that, and I guess we do that just so we can get the other one. And then we eat one of those. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do those and not play at the Spike the League. Even though my dude is getting pretty low. And I didn't really make the Wellbling all that strong. Alright, so, time for some potentially questionable looking decisions. Number one, we're going to play you out with all of our Forge points. Yeah, I guess we'll stop buffing you up now. Anyways, here's some more erratic assistants. They're gonna die, I guess. I don't totally love that, but also, who cares? I'm gonna do this just because I might not be able to kill these guys next turn since I let the unstable reaction go. And so I probably take less damage by using the Inferno Room. Well, I end up drawing into it anyways, but hey. Well, he's got 82 attack now, and we'll just go ahead and pull him back, and oh, that's right, we'll kill him again. Alright, well, you're dying, which is a bit of a mistake on my part, but it's fine. Kind of. This may look familiar as we just keep bringing the same guy back. We are making Hallow somewhat powerful, but also, so what? Who cares? Alright, let's do this again. Oh look, he's up to 150 attack even without his equipment. Don't mind if I just gain 300 attack instead. Alright, well, Aloe's dead. And Strix is not looking too great either. I mean, I do want to play out the assistant, but there's actually no reason for me to take the fire damage other than, you know, vanity. Suppose I could also eat the erratic assistant back here. Alright, well, now, she'll do a little bit of damage, and then Grail will just brain her over the head. Ta-da! Anyways, this is what we've been working towards, basically. Fused Weaponry is such a weird card. And then we take Extra Ember, because it is legitimately very useful for me. Okay, don't need the Merchant of Steel, we got the Merchant of Magic now. Yeah, I mean, I do want Intrinsic on, like, the Armament Drive, but I think it's just so much more useful for me on the Horrify. So that's what we're doing. It's a lot of Ember to devote to that. But it is cute. I don't think it really is that important for me right now. Yeah, I'm just not gonna worry about those. Alright, it hungers 3. Yeah, I'll just wait, and we're probably just gonna try to remove things. The spell chain is technically nice, and I could put it on like one of the smiths, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Bottom floor would be nice, so I don't have to deal with the scourges, but we're still gonna set top floor for reasons. And here we go. Also, I, you know, have the Horrify anyways. Also this. I don't totally need that. Alright, and you get some Reanimate, and we're off to a decent start. In the ideal world, he would also have Dualism. He doesn't. It's not a big deal. So be it. Alright, let's take a little bit of damage so I can play that out. I don't really need the explosive reaction right now, so let's not play it and just take a little less damage. The Inferno room is doing largely the same things that I wanted that for, so... And we daze you because you apply corruption on strike, and then we'll just try to take less damage. I've got plenty of HP, but there's no real reason for me to be taking lots of damage here. Other than, you know, Fire Entry is lame as shit, and that's just life. Whoops. I also forgot to forge him, which is what I was supposed to do, but that's okay. There we go. I don't love how much reanimate you guys have. That is a little bit concerning, but that's okay. This time we are going to remember to do that properly. And so now, Grail is going to get 300 attack since it's now triple. I could have also buffed with the It's Alive, I suppose. We may as well play this now so I can finally get you on the floor. It doesn't really matter as much, but still. Because I can't use Grail's ability twice in a turn, and I basically just always want to use it to eat the Twist Assistant now. Unfortunately, with so much of my deck effectively consuming itself, being that it's mostly like units, my deck increasingly just becomes the Vengeful Shards, which is just lovely. I do still want to be doing the Unstable on those guys, even if it means I have to take a little bit of damage, just because they're not going to... They're still reaching top floor with Reanimate if I don't, and that's a little problematic for me. We're going to Daze you. I mean, I do want to power up Grail more, but I don't actually need to. He's already got 900 attack. I mean, it's a far cry from the 8 million we've seen him at before, but it just isn't necessary. May as well bring our buddy up here. Okay, and then again, he's dazed, and so doesn't get to do his resolve, and so he doesn't get all of his extra multi-strike or other buffs, and then we just kind of beat him to death, and there we go. Ta-da! Like, if I were willing to take more damage, we would be a lot stronger. Mostly what I'm doing right now is just trying to mitigate damage. Do I want the Horrify? No. Kind of. If I had another Merchant of Magic, maybe, but I don't. Car Collapse is fine, but we're just not going to worry about it. Same with the Disassemble, I think. Okay, we're going here. The healing is not bad, I suppose. Trap Shoot is cool, but not at all what we need right now. I do like Dante's Footstool. That is legitimately nice. So is Frenzy Tetsuya. I think it's too late for the guild marker to matter, really. Maybe not, but... And I don't think I need this. Okay, so we need to get rid of the other Steel Polyclaw. And then we make this one deployable, because then Dante's Footstool will grab the Inferno Room. I have 8 Deployment Ember. Yeah, we should still be fine on that, so long as I'm okay with the Shield Stewards existing. They're kind of annoying in that they take up capacity, but it shouldn't really matter too much. Aside from that, mostly it doesn't matter. I might want to get rid of the Weldling at this point. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get rid of the Weldling. And I basically haven't been using the It's Alives. So, here we go. We should be pretty fine. Also, I actually have more... Never mind. I was going to say I have more Ember on deployment because of Frenzy sets yet, but I actually don't. I don't have any way to equip anything right here. Okay, so room number 1, 2, and 3, and then friend number 1, 2, and 3, and then the chumps go there and there. So, we're going to horrify you on turn 1. It's almost like that is a planned maneuver. I think we play you down there. And I think I don't bother with the explosive reaction yet. It does have some value once we get to the reanimate guys, but again, not the end of the world at the moment. Okay, so you do some glorious eating. Yeah, I just keep horrifying you. Unfortunately, the it's alive doesn't really matter to us, but I don't want to reposition my dude, so that's why we do what we do. Okay, you are going to get a little bit of corruption. Oh well, that's life. Alright, and so it begins. Then you can just get one reanimate, I guess. Alright, I would like to get the explosive reaction back now. There it is. Because now I can minimize how much I am having to deal with some of the things. I'm just trying to avoid letting corruption build up is basically the thing. Okay. Though, I do have a bit of reanimate. It's not like an insane amount of reanimate, and that's basically all of my defense right there, which is why it's a little bit of a concern. Oh, I did mean to forge you, but I didn't. If I really wanted to, I could have him just, like, absorb hits for us, since he has a good chunk of armor, and I could, like, advance him with the It's Alive. But we're just not going to. I could also just increase his attack with the It's Alive, which I've been considering as well. Anyways, we're doing that, so I don't have to keep playing catch-up on top floor. This guy will get an attack in, which is whatever. We should be fine on the whole. Like, again, Grail is cleaving off about 1,000 damage per hit. Unfortunately, most of my deck is Vengeful Shards now. Alas. That's fine. I started this battle with full health. We are just going to be bleeding out a little bit over the course of the next two battles. And that's life. I can actually just leave the Forge toggle on right now since he's the only unit I'm playing. It would be nice if Grail had quick, but he doesn't. Similarly, we could have taken Minds of Their Own, or Minds... I think it is Minds of Their Own. Anyways, we could have taken that earlier, but I don't remember what we took instead. I think it was the Spike of the League, and I'm still pretty confident that that was more important for us, even though Minds of their own would have been nice. Yeah, I think we just take less damage here because reasons. Like, I'm already winning this, so here we are. Again, my defenses are not actually that good. But they don't need to be incredible at the moment. Ta-da! And then Grail just smashes him for 2,400 damage. Definitely a lot lower than it could be, but not bad. And this is, again, why we wanted Endless, so that we could keep eating the same unit over and over. If I had more ways to buff its attack, it would be a lot more impressive. But, you know, it's working out alright. Okay, so that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. I don't actually need to be doing it in this order, but I think that's still fine. I might actually want the pin cushion up front now. I think I don't. I think we should be good enough that we're not going to have issues. Okay, so, as always, we horrify you. I actually probably should have given one of those to you. Yeah, I don't know that it really matters. It technically would have been better. Who cares? And then, do I want the explosive reaction? I'm gonna say no. Right. Well, you're dying at the moment, which isn't acceptable. Alright, well, we'll just give you reanimate. Who cares about these? I just need to stall for a while. But again, that's why it would have been nice to give you an equipment that actually increased your HP some. You know what, I was avoiding doing this because it weakened you, but actually we should just still be doing it because we'll come out ahead overall. I made mistakes. Either way, playing you. Alright, we're gonna make you stronger and then eat you. And here we go. Realistically, I don't actually need to be horrifying you all that much. Because I can just afford to take the damage. It still seemed correct to do, but I'm not actually sure if that's true. I think at some point it's maybe best just to start leaving him in front to block. But at the moment, I really do want the stats. We're just going to do that, and I'll just frankly take all this damage because who cares? Okay, I think he's the only unit left in my deck at this point. Yeah, sure. We'll do that so that they don't get a chance to attack. I don't think it matters, but that's okay. We're definitely gonna daze you. Alright, my power's growing. And then we still take some damage, and who cares? I have plenty of HP. Especially since we're never taking damage from Savagery. And... Savagery and Entropy are both most of the way dead. Sure, why not? Sure, we'll just do that so I don't have to contend with him next turn. Yeah, I mean, we can afford the sap. So, you should die next turn. And, you know, he's definitely gonna die next turn. Just gotta wait till we get there. I don't really need to do this and would take less damage if I just focus on playing the Vengeful Shards instead. But where's the fun in that? So, we're going to daze you, and then there's that, and then ta-da, and then we still actually do need to take a little bit of damage. Because I don't kill until they get to this floor. Whatever. Ta-da! Ivan was so kind as to let Savagery attack once in the entire battle. Anyways, there we go. That was a battle. Overall, fun deck. I generally like using It Hunger's Grail. Obviously, kind of the, like, you know, common kind of overused way to use them is just get Twisted Assistant and give him Trample like I did. But there's a lot of other cool ways to use them too. Even if I most commonly play Living Armory Grail. There's just cool ways to use them. Cleave is another good option. It's just very doable to get an insane amount of attack on him. And so then it just becomes a matter of finding ways to convert that into an actual meaningful game plan. And also on that run, like, the pincushion wasn't weak for us. We got up to like 170 something. If we had needed to, we could have also like duped it multiple times and that would have been good. But not at all what we were doing, and there we go. Okay. I don't know, I'm clicking off of this. What I need is the clan combos. So many crowns, so little time. God, we're certainly getting there, though. Certainly getting there. I don't know. Let's do Echo Right and yeah, we're doing Wormkin. Just because I've been trying to rotate between Wormkin and Railforge so we don't end up with like all of one clan remaining. We might just do Echo Right under Legion. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. I definitely want the Spore Touch over the Eager Conscript, I think. Not that I love Spore Touch as a card. I just so wish that it did 0 damage so you could give it the +20 and consume. That'd be just so nice. But alas, you can't. How you doing, Edwin? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do this. Okay. Sure. Not sure what I want to do with that. Also wish that we didn't have Aquaths, but, you know, that's life. Ooh. That's sort of a consideration. I will say Split Anvil is a little weirder with Repeater than it used to. In a strange way, Repeater now minus costing the card it returns can cause some difficulties. Namely in that what you could do with Repeater in Monster Train 1 is if you got like a 3-cost consume card in Monster Train 1, which was very easy to do since you could also increase the cost of it with, you know, remove or double stack, yada yada yada. Anyways, if you had like a 2 or 3 cost card, you could just get it back every turn with Repeater and effectively give it holdover, and then you can use that to minus cost all cards in your hand. Now, because it does minus cost the card, can't do that. It still, on the whole, is an improvement. Like, it is definitely better for you that's minus costing. It's just that I can't use it in that same way. Split Anvil's still good, though. I don't know what specifically I'd be hoping to see with it. Dante's Footstool, on the other hand, we already do have Infectory, so it is still useful right from the get-go. And in the future, I could use it to get, like, Echo Bloom or something. Or Chamber of Recall. We probably want Dante's Footstool. I just really like Split Anvil. I just don't know how useful it will actually be for me right now. Also, obviously, we're not guaranteed to have Repeater. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing here, but this is fine. Okay, well, that's a thing. Might just want to do Shellsmith. Partly I'm considering Shellsmith because I don't play it as often. I think it's a good option. It's a little less interesting than the other Echo Right champion paths, but it's certainly not bad. And in this instance in particular, we could also be buffing like the Fungi and putting a bunch of armor on them, so we're not even losing Fungi stacks. Like, that's not bad. It also makes us a little resistant to Seraph, even if we end up not seeing a way to daze. I do like Repeater. I guess we'll play Shellsmith, we just don't play it all that often. The power of Repeater, though, would be that if we get, like, Moral Mistress, we'd immediately have the ability to make it consistently empowered. Alright, let's do this. No. Truly the greatest champion of our time. Unfortunate. Okay, it's gonna look dumb, but we are going to do this. Because we... Oh, whoops. I forgot that I had already eaten the charge. Either. We're still doing all of that except for not using its ability in case I want to use it next turn. I don't think it, like, super matters. I'm not convinced I'm going to be using the Kinhost Carapace long term, but maybe I will. Who knows? Can't stop me. Kind of. Yes, it would be nice to have killed off the Scourge dude. I didn't. It's fine. And yes, I am lacking in actual consume cards at the moment, but that, again, is okay. It is part of why we are going out of our way to empower our dude as much as we can. Okay. Well then. Oh, whoops. Slightly different ordering. We have Aquaths, so we may as well use Aquaths right now. And there we go! Took a little bit of damage, but that's okay. Just growing pains. Right. So, I kind of want the hosting kin. Kind of want the hosting kin just because it costs 0. Bounding Echoes is generally quite good. I wish it were infused, but if we want to use like the Echo infusions long term, it makes that better. Also makes it better if we want to use the Kin Host Carapace long term. We did fairly good growing with it on that single battle. Because I believe it started at 10-10. So we got 28-28 on it already. Not bad. I mean, I think we want the Bounding Echoes. Echo Snare is the infused one here. And it's also not like a bad card. Especially with the larger waves of Monster Train 2. Again, I do like that being 0 cost and being a ping spell. It's also got kind of a cool picture. But, you know, here we are. Sure, we'll just take that. Loam Coat, I guess I'll take. I'm not, like, totally convinced, but I'll take it, I guess. Alright, we're going here, I guess, for reasons. Those are not what I want to see. But it's not terrible, kind of. So, I could take Puffball here. I believe there was Dualism as one of the options. And so I can immediately Dualism the Puffball, and then as I get Shellsmith online, I can start like armoring it up real nice and strong. I also do have the Echo Infusion for more HP. Not bad either. I can even give him the Loam Coat if I really want. Couldn't really use it with the Infectory, but that's fine if we want to pivot away from that. It's not really what I wanted to do, but it is an option. It's not even a bad option, it's just not what I wanted to do. But I guess we'll take that. Unfortunately, it does mean that I can't fish for Smidgestone here. That's fine. The regen may end up not being terribly important, but that's okay. Actually, probably should have placed you on a different floor, but that's okay. Because now your 40 attack is kind of wasted because it ends up just shooting a guy who's going to die to decay anyways. If I had more consume cards, it would matter a lot more. But as is, it's not wildly important. Regardless, we're doing pretty solid work already. Sorry, fungi, but it's your time to die. Oh yeah, we're killing here anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I'm doing. Well, there we go. Had I thought about that, I would have waited to pop the Kin Host ability so we could have gotten a little bit higher stats. It's fine, not a big deal. Well, an Infused Bounding Echoes is pretty good. Another Echo Infusion also cool. Also, Proclamation's not bad, it's just not really relevant to what we're doing, so... I kind of like the Rot. They'll take spawning pods. You don't say. I mean, I could put a puffball on another floor, but I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not sure I actually really want the spawning pods, and I probably should have thought this through a little better, but that's okay. Could do this, kind of want to do that, maybe don't want to do that. Okay, we'll do this, I guess. Yeah, spell chain would be nice, but so be it. We're doing that to make some more consume cards. Yeah, I think we want the banished one here. Because otherwise it would be make morsels, give burnout. Like, we'll take the damage shield and valor for sure. Although that would have been a better option for intrinsic. Who cares? Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so I was pretty sure it would work this way, but wasn't totally certain actually. But it does look like when we play it, as it spawns the fungi, they do also benefit from the edge trigger, which is cute. I was hoping that was how it was going to work. Turns out, it does. Yeah, I'll just wait on using the fire ability. Anyways, we'll power him up a little bit. Doing alright, Constant Tom. Hope your day is going well. Oh, actually... Oh wow, it's cold again today. Yeah. It was snowing today. And hailing. Wasn't really expecting either of those, but it was. We're actually going to avoid playing out the Infectory, and we'll just do that so we can build up a charge. I would like to use the Echo Infusion, but I am still trying to power up the Kinho's Carapace, because in lieu of better, more appealing options, like, that's just what we're going to do. I'm not powering up the most efficiently, but it's going alright. Yeah, anyways, it's been cold today. I just felt like some warmth, so here we are again. Okay, so bit of a waste on the Bounding Echoes. That's fine. This is why we saved that, so I can more easily play this out this turn.